It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day. I take a low tech, take your pick. 'Cause you can't teach an old dog a brand new trick. I don't care what anybody says. Rob Smith here, the end of the day. It's end of the week, actually, which can be good for some and bad for others. God, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I know, I'm just confused as to just what day it may be today. I've got a pen. Let's hope we see some, and I was updating this. No, where's my picture? Where's my picture? I should keep that thing playing for a little bit here. We could go a little longer here. While I try to find the picture waiting for the live. All right. Where am I? Hold on a second. Well, I'm here early in a sense. Here we go. So October the 18th, 2024. So October the 18th, 2024. Ah, Dennis Waterman is quieted. Dennis Waterman is quieted. There it goes. Oh, hello, Alice Reed. How are you? How are you? Well, I've got pen. Now I just need something to scroll incessantly here about something or other. I don't know what. Um, oh yeah, I'm trying. I've got so many things I'm doing. I was gonna do something here. I can't remember. I was going to do some little animals we need to do, and I didn't do that. I'm just got a lot going on. I've actually been going through a ton of stuff. As you know, I was going through pens yesterday, so I've been going through more, and I was going to share some of it. Um, Not shopping tonight. Yes, yes, we never did get our little Debbie's, and I think we're suing. I think you should have a suit by tomorrow. Should be a nice three-piece thing. I think, yes, the Carson. Remember the Carson suits? Yeah, I actually have a bottle of Carson cologne. There was a Johnny Carson cologne, and I've got the box, the bottle, and the box. There's even some cologne still in it. It tastes wonderful. I tell you, it really does. I've been. No, but I've come across. I don't have many comics left. Most of mine are gone. I've given away. This is Johnny Appleseed Classics Illustrated Junior, 15 cents. Now, what's it? A number 515. I think this is from 50. This is from 55, 1955. What's interesting is it's got a very, very nice cover. Very nice cover. When you go inside, the artwork is yeah, could be better. Could be better. But it is actually, that's probably the best picture in the whole thing, is that a Pecos bill. There's not just Appleseed in there. There's a number of stories in here, but the artwork is, so-so. It's so-so artwork. Notice how all the lines are the same. The ones in the front, the ones in the back, the ones in between. They're all the same. That's not so good. You want to have different, you want to have variation of lines. For example, that there's a blue jay, right? There's a big old, that blue jay should have a very thick line to have it pop out. But basically, the line for the blue jay is the same as the lines for the mountains in the back. So that is a very interesting one. But it shows how the cover, even in comics, can deceive you, not just in books. Unfortunately, you won't find anyone who can do this doing comics today. I don't know if anyone can paint that. All right, so where am I? I've accidentally. And here's Hope, and here's so it's how what's happening at the antique place. Do you have you should now yesterday? Well, let's see that when was that? It's a lot. Hello, 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 hello. All right, hello. Um, and I guess I could do something about Johnny Appleseed. I was going to share it. Well, I'll wait, see if I'm not sure if Melissa's joining us or not. She'll find this more interesting than others. Um, I actually put word out a little further that I was doing this today, and I'll probably do it for tomorrow too. The Saturday's usually a quiet day with all of this. I want to toss out a few words. Doctor. Yes, what about doctors? What do I have around here? What are y'all up to? What are y'all doing? Y'all playing checkers or chess or throwing darts? You're throwing a Boston Terrier? I don't blame you. I'd throw a Boston Terrier too if I had one. If I would get one, I'd get a Southern Terrier, like a Savannah Terrier. That'd be my kind of terrier to get. But I don't even know what a Boston Terrier looks like. I think I draw a bulldog. It makes me think of my Milt Osborne, who was my supervisor at Orlando City Hall. He was from Massachusetts, and he was a former Marine, or he was a Marine. You're never former. You're always a Marine. And he let us know that he was very good. I was so had such a opportunity of having Milt as a supervisor because he was so good and he got me to work. And I realized that's what I need in life. I need Marines, or I need to join the Marines. And that's what was interesting when that hurricane was going around, because his name was Milton Osborne. He's buried over in Apopka. Actually, I've typically have visited his grave and put flags on it, and I haven't recently. I need to do that one of these times, because I don't know if any of his family still lives around here or not. Not clear. They do. I think one of his daughters did. I know an ex-wife, but I found I was the only one putting flags on his grave, so I'll need to do that one of these trips. I guess I'll be making a trip here in the next couple of weeks. Maybe I'll drive up that way. I haven't been up that way. I used to always drive in from Ocala into that area. My friend Dr. Steve Brooks, speaking of doctors, he has me wanting me to do his Christmas card about a building that's not built yet, and he can't find a good design of it. So I'm having a little problem. I can't draw the building. Then, if you don't know, I can't. I find apparently it had one design back in 2019, and had another one in 2021, and there's another one, and who knows how it'll look when it gets built. So that's going to be a problem doing his invitation. I think we may best skip that. Dr. Steve Brooks is in Lake Mary, Florida. And I draw at his Christmas party every year. He's the only caricature gig I have for Christmas, because I really don't want any others. I could use them, but I don't want them. I can't imagine Milt as a doctor. But yeah, what I'm going to do with him here. I just been tired all week. I've been tired, still tired. Don't know why. Got a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Let me tell you, a lot of stuff. Yeah, Dr. Brooks is an actually relatively interesting tale, because he hired me to draw caricatures back when I was actively doing that, 20 years ago or so. So I'm drawing. At the time, my father lived in my house, and so so I was talking to my father about Dr. Steve Brooks, and he has a giant giraffe. It still does, a giant giraffe in his living room. It's all kinds of colors, mosaic actually. Giant giraffe, and he's a doctor, and he's actually a well-known urologist. And as I'm saying this to my father, he starts telling me about his visit to a urologist, and Indeed, it was the same doctor, Steve Brooks. My father had cancer issues. First, it was prostate, but it became lung cancer, and it killed him. But Dr. Brooks was his doctor, and Steve Brooks was floored that he was having me as a caricaturist and my father as a patient. That was kind of funny. I'm sorry, I'm not reading the. I'm a little tired. I apologize. Remember that movie? No, Spies Like Us. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I know there was a movie. I don't know if I ever saw it. They're trying for a Hope and Crosby, and you have to change the mindset of America to have something like Hope and Crosby work. Yeah, because just around or before that, Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty were trying a similar thing. Buddy movies can't work with the mindset we have today in this country. I have no idea what this doctor's doing. Oh, but he needs to do something else with his other arm. And well, what's new with you all? Anything? I've been drawing buildings today. Oh, there's Andrew Kaczynski. Hello. I just realized I can't see if anyone's here or not. Now I can see if anyone's here. There we go. He's headed to New York Kitty. Or maybe the other way around. First time I've stopped today. Going, going, going. I still have a lot to pack up here involving the exodus from my storage unit during the hurricane last week. I've been trying to get that together too. I need everything, get everything in here by tomorrow. Oh, and Dolphin and Hope, I've got more stuff from that, doing that. And Andrea had selling antiques at work. Then when I get home, and then when I get home, what? You're selling antiques at home? Antiques at home. One thing I'm passing on is a cat that was given to me that's supposed to be used for candles or candle, and it's got some funky design on it I've never cared for. So I'm passing that over to y'all. I don't know what. I don't even know how to figure out how to look for a price for that. In fact, I have it today. Today I was just kind of putting a lot in there because I'm having to really rush because I've got multiple projects to get out of here, and I've got some right on the heels of that. And I really hate that I'm not doing anything for campaigning. That makes me crazy. but I've combined a lot of boxes, put a lot of stuff back in the right order, and along the way going through and pulling stuff. Wow, I've got a lot of swizzle sticks. I was going to share one. Because I was telling, hold on, ow, that's caught. Oh, something else too. I forgot about this last. I don't know if there are any Sam's Club people here, but or any who likes British. But you may know I like British foods, and this is a Tim Tam, and it's actually Australian in origin, but it's it's good because it's not American, so it's not over chocolate, over sugar, over whatever. It's just good, and it's very popular in the UK. Perchance boxes of these have shown up at Sam's Club, and it's just a simple little chocolatey cookie thing. So I just open it. That's it right there. But it's very that's a wafer with chocolate around it and a chocolate kind of inside. It's very very good. And it's if you go to Publix around here, it's going to cost you about $7 to buy a little box. This is a big box that you can buy for about 8, I think it was. Price wise, it was a really good deal. My friend Evie Rose in the UK happened to have just posted a picture of it, of Tim Tams, which she saw in the UK for some reason, I forget why. And then just later that same day, I saw those at Sam's Club. I thought, well, I better take advantage of that price. Oh, a good price. I recommend them. Again, they're not overly chocolatey, which we have a problem with here in the U.S. Everything's a little overly done. I still don't know, what am I doing? I'm losing sleep over 11.5. Oh, 11.5? Well, I'm working at it. I've got a lot. Oh, yeah, I was going to share. This is a Columbia restaurant stirrer. I was going to post pictures on Facebook of this. Um, and it's what makes it neat is that at the top, that is a fountain, a representation of the fountain that's inside the Columbia restaurant. Columbia restaurant opened in 19, I think I got this right, 1905, I believe, in Ybor City, just outside Tampa. And it's got this wonderful fountain that looks like it should be outside, but it's inside. And I can't remember because the original Columbia restaurant was considerably smaller. It got bigger and bigger. Now it takes up a whole block. And there are multiple Columbia restaurants now. There's one in St. Augustine. There's one in one got flooded here. Got flooded during both hurricanes. In fact, I think that one at St. Armand Circle is still closed. Anyway, that is on the top, the fountain, the water fountain that's inside the restaurant. So wonderful stir. If so wonderful, I don't see how you would use it as a stir. You look at somebody that looks that. I mean, that's a nifty item. Imagine stirring a drink with that. I don't know. It's also that. Golly, you couldn't make it today. You just couldn't make it. Gem of Spanish restaurants, it says in the back, Tampa, Florida. Very, very neat. Very, very neat stir. The great, yeah, certainly the most successful, longest operating restaurant in Florida. Let's see. Yes, 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 yes. We would go. My grandparents would take us to the Imperial House in Winter Park and get us a Shirley Temple. And I know we as children were a little irritating at times. So usually they'd serve my sister the Shirley Temple with a cherry with a sword in it, and then they'd bring me the Shirley Temple, and they'd have the cherry, and they'd put the sword in me just to quiet me down, and just kind of I would get a little rambunctious, I admit. I didn't know they didn't want firearms in there. I mean, I'm 5 years old. What am I supposed to know? Okay, now what am I doing here? We're talking about. You'd think we one time there used to be fountains all over Florida. Very rare to find them these days. Oddly enough, they tend to be put in roundabouts, and it's the last place you put a. I remember when they were building the roundabout in Clearwater, a guy named Mike Roberto was a city manager, city of Clearwater. It was the stupidest thing I'd ever seen. You guys are so stupid because they built this roundabout in Clearwater. This was the way you got from the mainland to Clearwater Beach. You had to come and go around this fountain to get to Clearwater Beach, or leaving. It's a busy road. The aquarium, Clearwater Aquarium, you may know that movie with the dolphin and a dolphin tail was filmed at that aquarium. Busy area. So what do? They put a giant water fountain in the middle for the roundabout. Giant. The water shot 15, 20 feet. What's wrong with that idea? Any sane person, but especially a city manager working with planners, should realize why you don't have a large fountain shooting water 15 to 20 feet in the air off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. Just obvious. And I said, guys, you're going to regret this. I didn't. I tried to actually get with him because I was doing some stuff in the area involving the Bellevue Biltmore, trying to save the building. But I don't. But I was. I remember I put things for the Tampa Tribune and St. Petersburg Times about saying, guys, you should not be doing this. It's so obvious. They did it. I think it was $42 million for it, 40 or 42 million. And of course, what was going to happen happened. Suddenly, just some wind came, water started spraying all over the cars. Most of the cars were from out of state. They were all confused. They started running off the road, running into the fountain, and they had lawsuits everywhere. And Mike Roberto was fired, as he should have been fired, with just coming up with such a stupid. He was from out of state. That's number one. So that was a first warning. He's from out of state. And in the end, they demolished. The circle's still there, but there's no water fountain. In fact, it looks weird now. Stupid idea. I mean, I'm not a brilliant genius. No one else think it was a contractor. It was a giveaway contractor job. Yeah, we'll give it to our contractor pals to pay him off, and we know it's a bad idea, but we don't care. Stupid. It's not. So you got the mayor, city council, planning department, city manager. All these people should have got. Any of those people should have gotten away and said, "Wait a minute, this is a stupid idea." Nobody did. The Mike Roberto ended up showing up at somewhere else, another smaller city. Idiots went and hired him. So obviously he was in it with the contractors. That's what he was. He knew how to get work for contractors. Now, when George Merrick, actually, I have photos of him. My friend Penny Flieger, when George Merrick was making the fountains around Coral Gables specifically, they didn't spray water very far up. He did this in the 1920s. We're so stupid these days. 1920s, he knew how to do it. Those are still functioning today, because they don't shoot the water very high up. It's not high traffic areas. Just makes sense, but good golly. That's why I tell you, if someone starts talking about a roundabout these days, because it doesn't make sense. People are driving erratically and are poorly. Why are you putting roundabouts? You're looking for accidents. So they're doing it just to pay off, folks. It's graft, is basically what that is. Hope this is making sense. Why start drawing a fountain for? Why this doctor's running to a fountain? Oh, what's going on, chat? I'm sorry. Melissa Busby. Kind of like a roundabout in place of four-way stop. Yes. Yeah, because people just absolutely correct, Melissa. People today are not driving. Now the villages is just as bad. They got roundabouts everywhere, and because you don't just have cars in the villages. You also have golf carts. Tons of golf carts. Some that go real fast, some that go real slow, some that you don't know what the heck they're doing, some going upside down, sideways. You don't know what they're doing. Carrying golf clubs. You have golf clubs all over the street. It's a free for all through there. But, and again, they're all from out of state. If you have a calm society that doesn't go nuts, that doesn't have a presidential election choice like we have, either one of them, then you could do roundabouts. But when you look at where you're going, what we got now, oh my gosh, it ain't good, guys. It ain't good. And if you're in a smaller area, like in Pilot Mountain where I was staying, there's a roundabout. There's not a lot of cars, not many coming in, coming off. That makes sense. That makes sense. There's one off of Hillcrest in Orlando, off East Colonial. There's a couple of them actually. They were that road was being used as Melissa will understand. Oh, here I want to share something here, as a cut through. Because Colonial is a very busy road, so they cut through hell's bells. They were cutting through Hillcrest back when my old friend Steve Gallancy lived on Hillcrest, because they go speeding down that road. It was a brick road, but those roundabouts have stopped that, and it's really stopped a lot of the congestion. So that's not a bad idea the city did. Speaking of Steve Gallancy, my classmate of Edgewater High School, I came across this today. I actually sent it to Steve, and he made an interesting comment about this. But I did this poster for a play at Edgewater High School. This was 1981. What I remember specifically about this was I was nowhere near the high school during this time. I never saw this, and I whipped this thing out. And I just there's a art teacher. My art teacher was Glenn Bischoff, and I did the bottom with a light, but it doesn't work. It's so poorly. About a year and a half, I was going to be well schooled about lettering from a outstanding cartoonist, Hy Eisman, and this would all stop. But that was just quick and dirty. Someone must have said we need something fast, so I just knocked this out because I wasn't at the school. I was at a TV station and a television station doing artwork. But there's Steve Gallancy, star of the Silver Whistle from 1981. This is the poster I did. $1.50 in advance, $2 at the door. Steve's comment was interesting. He said today it'd be $7. I don't know. What are they charging for plays at Edgewater? I have no idea. Next, I'll have to. That's a good question. Have you heard, Melissa? Or any of you all involved with a school play? It is 10. 10. I had thought about that. Well, I mean, I just found this today. I pulled it out while I was trying to get some boxes out of the way. I've got till this time tomorrow night. I got to have everything out of here. So I'm playing beat the clock on a lot of stuff right now. But that was, and this is the flop. Just bond paper. Someone print. What's her name? Printed the lady who did the play. So I can't think of her name. Picture Cope. Was it Cope? Whoever it was, Athelia Cope. She did the plays, and I was asked about being part of this play. Oh, depends on why. Plays a play, and then these hands are weird. The whole thing, I was understanding techniques, see the lines, and I understood how to draw this fast. This is the caricature thing coming out, but I didn't understand how to make it all work together. But that's Steve. Of course, Steve is now. This is quite a few decades later. Steve did a lot of plays. He did a lot of plays. Yeah, how much was a loaf of bread in 1981? No, there was no charge. It was free, of course. Yeah, should know that. Yeah. we'll let Dolphin's younger than most. I think younger than all of us here. So yeah, 65. So yeah, I think Melissa's right about 65 cents. Oh, when 1981? Yeah, something like that. Well, we talk about here. Oh, I'll tell you something hard to draw golf carts. Good golly. I had to draw a golf cart for something. I forget what it was. I didn't have to. Maybe someone asked me. Someone in the villages probably asked me. Because if you really look at a golf cart, they're basically Model Ts. They're the Flintstone Mobile. They really are. Look at them. They are. They're the Flintstone Mobile with an engine. Yeah, they even come with bows and arrows. I mean, real engines. Some of them are just, and frankly, for all those people who would like us to save gasoline, why is there not more of a push for these? You know, the funny thing is the folks who want us to save gasoline also want to go 100 miles an hour. You don't get both, guys. If you want to save gas, they want to save the world as you think, then we got to slow down. We don't speed up, we slow down. And you can have these cars, and these will save you gas, this will save you all sorts of stuff. But when you bring that up to them, they look like, oh no, couldn't do that. Here, I haven't drawn Steve Gallantzy in a long time. Draw Steve in here. And Steve's got a home over in Ormond Beach, or some sort of something over in Ormond Beach. I'm gonna try to meet up. He says he'll be around here in December. Well, I saw Steve at our class reunion a couple years ago. For some reason, he doesn't use Facebook. For some reason, he was looking for me, and he found the other Rob Smith Jr. page that I'm not using, and I saw him, and then he sent a friend request to my Swampy Florida page, and so I just went and picked up, and perchance, and I found this the next day. Steve is undeniably one of the smartest people. Even though I hardly ever have communication with him, one of the smartest people I've ever known. Very, very, very intelligent. And I really do thank Steve. He was the one who really got me into philosophy and studying it, and he didn't mean to, but ended up being what I studied at Rollins College. And I just wanted to keep studying it. I don't wanted to get into all stupid art stuff, and I wish I had. Oh well. And that's why I did 2 Swampy books involving philosophy, because it's important to me. We need to think. Think. So here's Steve careening out of control. For those who haven't heard, Steve Gallantzy and I were good best pals. In fact, I got him drawing caricatures. Uh, he didn't draw as much as long, and he quit pretty much by 82 or so. Went on to Rutgers College. But anyway, he lived on Hillcrest, and I lived in College Park, down the street from our high school. So we would walk back, and then there was a friend who was the class before us, Steve Smith, and Steve liked to walk in between us and say how here's Steve, and then I'm Smith. So he was acting like we're like a whatchamacallit, not like we're all related. All what the heck is it called? Twins, and then what's 3? Whatever 3 is. Yes. Well, do you remember the bread? I think I've mentioned this before, Melissa. We had the Archway Cookie Place, and they made breads too there, right on Princeton, right off of Fair, not Fairfield. That was the other town. This is the other town, not Fairview. That's the other town. You know, all those were named after towns, Melissa. Fairville was going to be a city. Fairview was going to be a city, and then there was the one James Wilcox, which originally was called Wilcox, and then got changed to, I can't remember the name of it, but that street that hits at Princeton, and that bakery was there. Very short time, I mean, it was there, I guess, about 5 or 6 years, but it was gone, I think, by 74 or 5 or 3 even. And then it got torn down. This model home thing was built. Musketeers, which gets into something else I'd love to do, which Galaxy knows all about. I'll never get to it. But those who remember want me to go back and work on do this. I never have been able to. Done a little bit here or there. Well, my Facebook pages I've just lost. It seems. I'm after. I don't know. Yes, that's right. Did I mention this yesterday? My. Oops. Um, what did I lose? I had to get back to be up. So my email got clogged. That's right. That was River Dolphin who sent me the message that I had lost. He couldn't get it. The email he sent bounced back, and I thought that's interesting. You know what, Melissa, if I made that trip, I would. I might. I don't know if I would have solved it as well as it was solved yesterday. Things just seemed to come at the right time. I called them, and they were bam, 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 and then another call, and I mean, boom, and all my email was back. But that just went so smoothly. I've never had such a smooth experience in years, and I got HostGator was terrific. But yes, I definitely was attacked for political purposes because what HostGator found was someone had attached 49 gigabytes of some computer gob to my robsright.com site and shut everything down. All my websites, my email, everything got shut down. But HostGator saw it, found it, disconnected it, got rid of it, and I was back in action. They were so nice and helpful. Even they were from the Philippines, but they could communicate pretty darn well. Very impressed. So, if you're looking to do a website, may I suggest, and they cost more. They do cost more. As people have said, stop paying HostGator. Now, after this experience, no. That was worth $1 billion what they did. I wish Facebook was at all, or anybody was as accommodating as they were. And it cost me almost 30 a month to have all my website and everything. And I know I could get it cheaper, but and they could not retrieve. And we talked about we in the end went over all my sites, all my websites, my Swampy's Florida, my blog, my old website, which doesn't really exist. And again, we also again determined just leave it alone. I'm not going to restart the website. I was getting a lot of mess, and I don't want it anymore. And it's going to cost a fortune to get it back. So now we've got a musketeer. What time was? Look at that. I'm thinking brick roads. I'm thinking Coral Gables, around the DeSoto Fountain. But yeah, Hope and Dolphin. I will next week. I'll get to doing little cute little animals, and we'll get those. We'll get those started. I've just got. I got a lot of boxes to move. I've had to combine stuff. Because you saw the storage room, there was more room in there, but I've already partially filled it, and I've got more I've got to get in there still. So I don't want to completely pack it. So I've been trying to condense things, and it's been working, and also getting you all stuff too. And I really should post that. Well, I'd like to get my Facebook page back, but I ought to advertise about that eBay page so folks could go. Yes, I will get to it. Well, I need to anyway because I'm curious what will happen at your antique place and eBay and so on. And also, I did come across because of something I was doing that I forgot. I have an account. Something sent me to somebody. Oh, it was Mark Christensen. I really should. He has a book of. He tried to sell a comic strip. He's an outstanding cartoonist, but he draws traditional Hanna Barbera. Wait a minute. Why am I not showing some of that? I want this here. No, I don't. Poo. Oh, here I've got one of the comics I found. Buster Brown. Yep. Yep. Buster Brown. You have your Buster Browns on. Here's a Buster Brown with a. I don't know who drew this. There's no attribution here, but this was actually out of Ocala, the Gibson Kate's shoe store on Magnolia. 12. That was right downtown, right at the square in downtown Ocala. It gets cut off here, OCA, but that was Ocala. I actually need this to get this to the Marion County Historical Museum because this is something neat to you put up in a museum and people would it gets their attention more than like a screwdriver or something. But Buster Brown to the Safety Patrol, and then here are all the shoes they had right there. And there, wow, you look at the prices that they paid for this, and this is from 1960, I believe. Buster Brown. Anyway, so Christian tried to sell a comic strip, outstanding work, and it didn't sell just in the last couple of years, I guess, or last year. So he went ahead and did a little Amazon book, and he's selling it. And I was looking at it. I want to purchase one. I want to support him. I'll wait till my pension comes in. But anyway, it's not very expensive. But the I saw that he had something with Redbubble, so I went over to Redbubble and it suddenly popped up. I had an account there. I forgot all about it. So I've already popped up a bit of artwork up there just so since I was there because I'll probably completely forget I have this. So my Happy Halloween Alva's up there. People could get T-shirts or whatever with it. But anyway, Christensen does the Hanna Barbera. I don't have a Hanna Barbera thing here with me, comic with me. Oh, I found another thing. I may pass this up. As I may mention, connected to me as a fellow architect in Gainesville, big architect. He designs most of the things out at University of Florida. Uh, he's a huge. He bought the Big Boy, Frisch's Big Boy, in Gainesville, and he actually repainted it. Has it look just like it did. You go inside, he's got the same lights that they used to have, the bulb lights in there. And I've actually given him some Big Boy comics. I just found I had another. This was actually a later one. This is 1979 and and a shock. The artists tend to sign them, but this is really Manny Stallman AEA. I don't know what AEA means, but 25 cents free to guess of Frisch's Big Boy. And what's important is this was for Frisch's Big Boy, not Bob's Big Boy or just Big Boy. Frisch's were the ones in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. I think that was it. To the southeast. So that identifies that as a Florida one. It came with puzzles and I got all nice bagged. I may give that to him to have in his. He has a bit of a storage or he has this big display of Frisch's Big Boy stuff or Big Boy stuff. And he's actually got one of the big boys that you put in the front. He used to have it in front of the architectural place, but it got vandalized because it's just catty corner from the Gainesville High School. And yeah, those kids and the university kids, and so you had to take it. It's back behind the building in a gated area, hidden from the world, because he had to hide it. I know I really shouldn't be sleeping. But anyway, there's that. A weird amalgam of stuff. Yeah, and I've got so many more. I've got a ton of boxes, and I know when I get them all out of here, it's gonna take a while to get them back to it, and I need to get back to it because I'm running out of time on the other end of that too. Yeah, but and I've got my buildings drawn, inked, and I've got a lot more to do there though because I'm actually doing them in pieces. I've taken the pictures I'm working from and enlarged them so I can, and I'm doing them in pieces and putting them together, and it's a lot of work. It's It's a lot of work, let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right, so there's that. All right. Well, there's that. So maybe I should draw this to a close for this evening so I can get on with the other things I need to get to, and just let this be my Inktober for today. And maybe tomorrow I doubt it. Tomorrow's D-Day. The Sunday night I'll probably be a little more relaxed, but then I've got stuff due on Monday. Today's the 18th. Okay. So if that sounds good, I'm going to go ahead and probably. There's 7 watching. Please like this if you get a chance. I'd appreciate it. Please like this. This wasn't a big deal when I was doing it on my Facebook page, and you can like it all you want. Made no difference. Here it makes a big difference to get those likes. So please like it if you would. If you want, tell others about it. Have them join the fun and join the party. But thank you. And then, Melissa, if I understand correctly, you're feeling better, and I'm glad about that. Glad you're feeling better. Hope Andrea is too, because I know she was having a bit of a struggle with the weather. See, our weather changed. It went from very dry and it was cool and dry, and suddenly we went from a 29 something a week ago barometer to a 30 point. Yeah, earlier today was 30.30 or something. I mean, it just got humidity. I mean, the barometer just went to the other side, and that's shook. I mean, it's gonna. All of us should feel it here in Florida, but some of us, like me, feel it more than others, and obviously Melissa and Andrea too. All right, well, you all have a good night. I will see you all tomorrow night, 8 p.m., and let's see what will come up then. Again, feel free if you see a post to put some words underneath it, and I'll have something to bounce from right at the top. I got other fun stuff to share here too, which I can do. You all take care. I'll see you all next time. Thank you for being here and being a part of. Thank you very much for being part of the chat. I really appreciate that. Have a good night. Take care. Bye bye.